about some of this work, and thank you everybody for being here.
Yes, guys, thank you, and cheers to you all for coming. It makes me feel special. You know, I love you all. You certainly know that. Well, obviously, I was inspired by the bar and the color scheme, because typically that's what I do. You know, I come from a fashion, standpoint. I quite often like to, use a color scheme of colors like to wear together or packaging. You all know that packaging they do that. Packaging, it captures your attention, make you buy that product. So I'm always about packaging. But this, when I met Christina and James, of course they love local artists, so here we are. And my colleague Joanne was last month's artist. Here she is. And she's sort of a photographer, so we love her art as well. But this piece behind these guys here, as of now, I'm not sure if I'm finished with it, but as of now, it's called What's Left Over, because typically I lay my canvases flat, and then I pour, drip, splash on the canvas. But I had little canvases all sitting on that piece, and when I took it up, after 100 times, that's what was left. So what was left? This is my sort of experimenting with, trying to do something different and not so many drips and splatters and splashes.
It's my favorite.
Well, thank you. Thank you. And this piece here is part of my continual, ongoing, forever uprising series, where I just do quick up brush strokes and various colors. And the first piece I did was black and white, of course. I love black and white paintings, pieces. And I was thinking about slavery, obviously, and about anybody that has been or is being oppressed in this world, even still today. About they create an uprising to change their life. People leave their countries and go to other countries to have a better life. So that's always going to be about being at one point and getting to the next point. That's what that's about. Now this piece, I'm not sure if I'm finished. It dried. Luckily, it dried. So it's here because it was kind of wet yesterday. But it did dry. I always struggle with, is there enough variation? Is there enough interest? Is there enough activity? Because, you just can't have a painting that's just flat and blah, a big splash of, paint on the canvas. It has to draw you in and create some interest.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
I think it's perfect. Yeah, thank you.
And as you can see, I want to get into mixed media, and that's just like the dried paint, from the ring of my, cans that I use. So, eventually I want to start doing mixed media because I absolutely love mixed media. And I haven't learned the names of all these yet. I think I've named them, but I think I've forgotten the name of this one, which I think is very special. What did I name this? Does anybody know? It was something, about just, to me, I see sort of an Asian landscape. And it's just about that peace and tranquility and just being at ease. And of course, in a natural beauty setting, we live here in Savannah, and we just walk out our doors, and we're right there. The natural beauty here is just, I've been here 30 years, and I can walk out and sit in the same place that I've sat, a million times, and I'm still in awe. When you look out of this building, look at that treescape. The natural beauty here, it's always peaceful and calm. And this was one of my, this piece, I don't know what it means, but it really is one of my favorite pieces. Because sometimes I don't have to have something that I recognize in a painting. There doesn't have to always be an organic shape or an abstract figure. that sort of helps me to title a piece. But sometimes I just love, the aesthetic of the piece. And, sometimes when you turn it a certain way, that looks like, what's that animated character? Some dog?
Oh, I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, but of course I didn't want that to be that. I want it to be something very abstract, and it's absolutely one of my favorite pieces in this collection. And everybody here probably knows that I do love classic cars. And in this piece, I sort of see a figure here, sort of, I don't know, a big muscle guy, who's driving his car. And,
Right.
I thought that, what did I name this? In the driver's seat. So when I saw that figure, that side profile, with the arm extended, I immediately thought that's what that was. And quite often, I do like to name them. I do like something to grab me and tell me what it is. Because as you all know, I pour paint on a canvas and see what happens. I'm not a traditional painter. I don't typically paint, bouquet flowers, portraits, obviously, bowls of fruits. But I like to think that the painting would speak to the individual and grab a hold of you and make some sense. And quite often they are of a universal message. And that's what I'm always looking for. Something to tie us together in this world, in this country. And of course we all know that art is that will do that, certainly. Art can change your life, change your world in an instant. And of course, most of my friends know that I have a little naughty sense of humor. And very obvious, this piece is called threesome. There are 3 key figures, and you can go there wherever you want to go with that. But there's a lot of activity in there, some sort of, seedy looking characters hanging about. And as you all know, my drips are about activity. Everybody going in every direction. Life is happening. And of course, the layers on layers on layers is about history. Getting to know the history of this piece. Obviously, when we ask each other questions about our lives, we're getting to know the history of you, of that person. We're peeling back those layers. And but it was one of my favorite pieces, also. And I really think that's about it. Sometimes I don't get anything right away. Sometimes I name a piece years later. And I guess I was thinking with this piece, there's like a mechanism that's controlling the activity in this composition. And so I haven't quite named it yet, but we will see. And quite often, I always turn them every orientation to see what grabs me the most. And half of the time, if not more, I like it every orientation, which is very annoying because it's like you have, just pick one talent. I always think that one should dominate the other, but oftentimes it doesn't. But then again, if you own a piece, you can have a different piece because you can change the orientation. So it's like having a new piece of art. And so as you see, I've got an array of sizes and certain price points. And I got some little ones here and some over there. And I want to thank James and Christina for this, the video. I mean, that is so awesome. That is so cool.
You're welcome.
And of course, please follow me on social media, CWArt on social media. We are so lucky to be here in Savannah. There are so many talented artists and so many art supporters and collectors. And of course, as you all probably know, I'm the chair of Friends of African American Arts at TFA Museums. And one of my board members is here, Sharona Ray.
2 of you board members.
Well, I'm getting there. She is a local artist as well, an art educator, and immensely talented. She's having a show in November at Cedar House Gallery. Don't miss that show. And of course, Jenny Butcher is also one of my board members.
I don't make art, I just take films.
Yes, but she's married to an incredible local artist, a man of many talents. And you all probably know Jimmy Butcher owns a Butcher tattoo shop here. And he, in fact, I certainly have had conversations with Jenny to get him to join FAAA. We have to have it. Because the group was formed in 2006 by Dr. Walter O. Evans. And he really formed the group to have diversity at Fairfair Museums. And that's why I'm so proud to be part of this organization. And certainly proud to have members from all walks of life and every race, that you could think of. So obviously join FAAA. It's your duty. Thanks everybody. Cheers.